Black and White Network, it's about time that we had a conversation about the Amber Thurman lie come from Kamala Harris. Now, this was actually first brought to light when Kamala and Oprah had that little sit down with a bunch of Democrats, and they brought up Amber Thurman, and they had the audacity to bring in her family. I found it disturbing, guys. I found it disgusting because Kamala Harris actually blamed Amber Thurman's death on not having access to abortion. And folks, that cannot be further from the truth. But the media has not fact-checked Kamala Harris on this. And I believe that Amber Thurman died like 2 years ago. And this sit down with Oprah was like last month. And I found it really, really disgusting that her family would actually be brought into this because Amber Thurman did not die because she did not actually have access to an abortion. The woman actually had an abortion, and that's why she's dead. And it's so disgusting, guys, when Kamala Harris is allowed to go out there and repeat this same lie again, and again. We got some new information now, guys, on Amber Thurman. Okay. The hospital that she went to is actually now getting sued by her family. And it's not because she couldn't get an abortion. Like I said, she got an abortion. And the abortion is what actually killed her. People don't want to talk about the dangers of getting an abortion for the woman. Now, I really don't know why Amber Thurman actually got an abortion. I have no idea. I believe she also already had a kid. And I don't believe there's any information out there on the internet as to why she decided to get an abortion this time. I have no idea. But the left and Democrats, man, Kamala Harris, they love killing unborn babies. No questions asked. Tampon Tim was just on Fox News, and he's trying to run away from his own law up there in Minnesota. They have no restrictions whatsoever on abortion, and he got cooked on Fox News. Absolutely cooked, guys. But let's go ahead and talk about what Kamala Harris is saying versus the reality, folks. Here we go. This is what Kamala Harris put up over here on X. Okay? She says, a young mother from Georgia should be alive today, raising her son and pursuing the dream of attending nursing school. This is exactly what we feared when Roe versus Wade was struck down. In more than 20 states, Trump abortion bans, she's calling this a Trump abortion ban, prevent doctors from providing basic medical care. Women are bleeding out in parking lots. This is not true. Turned away from emergency rooms, losing their ability to ever have children again. Survivors of rape and incest are being told they cannot make decisions about what happens next to their bodies. And now women are dying. These are the consequences of Donald Trump's actions. My goodness. She goes on. There is so much at stake in this election, including restoring the freedoms that have been taken away from us. If Donald Trump gets the chance, he will sign a national abortion ban. That's a lie, too. The man's been pretty clear. He's not signing a ban. And these horrific realities will multiply. We must pass a law to restore reproductive freedom. When I am president of the United States, I will probably sign it into law. Lives depend on it. Well, she's in power right now with Joe Biden. Guess what? They can't pass it. They can't do it. They don't have the votes. And there was never a constitutional right to an abortion. It was the left-wing Supreme Court in the 1970s that decided to make Roe versus Wade the law of the land. And that's not the way that it should work. The Supreme Court is not supposed to make law. That's Congress. The Supreme Court is to interpret the law, nothing more. This is crazy, man. This is really, really crazy, but there's people that's actually going to buy into this, okay? Now, right over here, because Kamala Harris appeared on some Sets podcast for some reason, she couldn't go on Fox News. Now, shout out to Tampon Tim. The man actually did have the guts to go on to Fox News. He did. But right here, Kamala Harris discusses death of Georgia's Amber Thurman during Call Her Daddy appearance. Right down here, this is what she says. Quote, she was living in Georgia and she couldn't receive care there because she was past 6 weeks. And she ended up going to another state. I believe she went to North Carolina. And she couldn't get there on time. And because the other state had been so overwhelmed by all these women coming from all these southern states who couldn't get treatment in their own state, her window for her appointment had closed, and instead of having a surgical procedure, she had medication and basically went back home and then had some complications and went to the hospital because she was bleeding, Harris told Alex Cooper. Thing is, Kamala Harris didn't mention that this woman actually had an abortion. She did. The woman is dead because she had an abortion. Right here. This is the news right here, guys. This is the news right here, folks. Family of Amber Thurman sues hospital for waiting 20 hours to operate after botched chemical abortion, leading to her death. Yeah, the woman actually had access to an abortion. That is why she's now dead. I believe there was actually some fetal tissue still in her, and she got an infection and she died. If she didn't get an abortion, she probably would actually be alive today. Like I said, I have no idea why she didn't want to keep the baby. I have no idea. But it says here, the family of Amber Thurman, a Georgia woman who died after developing sepsis due to a botched chemical abortion, has decided to sue the hospital where she went for treatment, alleging that the doctors at the Piedmont Henry Hospital in Stockbridge did not act quickly enough to save her. They left her waiting for 20 hours to do a surgery to remove the remnants of a chemical abortion. Thurman had experienced a complication after taking an abortion pill that left fetal tissue inside of her body in 2022. She visited a hospital in need of dilation and curettage, or a DNC, to take the remaining tissue out. However, doctors allegedly waited nearly a full day until performing surgery on Thurman. She died on the operating table. Wow. I still want to know why, guys. Why did she get an abortion? Why? I have no idea. In the time that the doctors spent waiting, the infection from the sepsis spread, infecting other parts of her body, and her organs began to fail, per the report. Her family said she was vomiting and turning blue prior to getting the surgery. Comrade Kamala Harris has used the case as a talking point to champion the ability to get abortions, saying that pro-life laws in Georgia were instead to blame for a death and not the doctors. Now, get this, guys. The biggest race-grifting lawyer out there, Ben Crump, is not blaming the state of Georgia. Look here, it says, however, lawyer Benjamin Crump blamed the doctors, not the law, for Thurman's untimely death. Quote, even under Georgia law, the doctors had a duty to act to save Amber, Crump said in a press conference. She had taken the abortion pills and there were tissues left. There was no viable fetus or anything that would have prevented them from saving her life while she suffered, according to Spectrum News. You have a duty to stabilize her and then give her the option to go to another hospital facility, Crump said. But you cannot let her suffer and die on your hospital bed when a death is preventable. Thurman's family said that doctors also kept them in the dark about her condition as they waited in the hospital for her to get to surgery. or get out of surgery. Shanette Williams, Thurman's mother, said that they would have taken action if they had known the full situation. Quote, "We would have done anything we had known, but we didn't. We didn't have the opportunity to know," she said. "It is so disheartening. It is so disheartening. It is upsetting. Every emotion that you could think that a mother would have, I had." Thurman left behind a 6-year-old son when she died in 2022. Yeah, that's truth, guys. She died because she got an abortion. Just that simple. She died because she got an abortion. Somebody needs to call out Kamala Harris for lies. Because this is a big lie, folks. She's trying to dupe people. And there may actually be other Amber Thurmans out there. There are risks. And folks, when you actually find out what they actually do to those babies, unborn babies, when they do abortions, it's so despicable, man, what they actually do. Now, she had a chemical abortion, so she took some kind of a pill. But like in some of these abortions, man, they cut up all the body parts of the baby. It is so disgusting what they do. But Democrats want abortion at will, and it's despicable. It really, really is, guys. Gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.